she's implying that it was just a bluff. She doesn't actually know Amelia. She's just hoping for Oliver to slip up and talk about remembering some kind of connection that was never there to begin with. I'm what? Never mind, sorry. She sighs. God damn it, man, just speak! Anyway, let's just put it like this. I just can't imagine her remembering me, at least it's not from hearing my name. Should Oliver return and tell us that Amelia remembered us being besties or anything like that, I know he's making it up. We could say for sure that he knows more than he's letting on. Does that mean you have only pretended to know Amelia? No, nothing like that. Oh. So you do know Amelia? I promise I do know her, and she knew me as well. It's just, I don't know how to put it into words. If that is the case, then what kind of connection do you and Amelia and you share? I thought about that for a while, and you know, there's a bunch of ways I could go about explaining this to you, but the thing is, I'm not sure whether I should. Why not? I'm not really sure it's the right thing to do. Because you still don't trust us? Damn, you're annoying. Right back at you. Rude. No, saying I trust you would be an overstatement. But right now, I'm honestly at a point at which I don't really think that matters anymore. What are you gonna do? Kill me? Why not do that right here and now, if that's what you're up to? I don't know. I can't think of anything seriously bad that could come from talking to you. What I've been questioning much more than that is, should we really talk about her at all? Well, I mean, that's the game, isn't it? We're trying to find out Amelia's big secret thing, right? I mean, Nell is obviously eavesdropping on us, one way or another. With other words, whatever I entrust you with, I'll also share with him. Well, that is certainly true, but isn't that beneficial in a sense? Isn't talking about Amelia part of the task he has given to us? I'm aware, duh. That's exactly my problem. Why the fuck is that our task? Why were we trapped here by some insane dude and told to find out the truth about some girl? What could anyone gain from that? That is a good question. 'Cause like, why would he care if we discover some secret? He said this is an experiment of some kind. He didn't tell us exactly what. He didn't say it was a test. An experiment. But what kind of experiment? Is this a trusting experiment? Or is this an experiment of something that he's made? You know? And if so, what else could it be? I don't think... It may or may not have something to do with Neuralink. Like maybe this is them figuring stuff out about... No, that doesn't make sense. So, I don't think this has anything to do with Neuralink. It might literally just be the one guy that we saw. Null. But like, what experiment is this? I've been thinking about just that for a while now. I could only come to one logical conclusion. He doesn't even know what the truth is himself. Ah. Now that she says it, I agree. I can't think of anything else either. I really can't. Though, in all honesty, it's not like I spent all that much time thinking about it. True. I was way too busy with worrying about our memories. Which, I mean, you know, understandable. That can't be right, can it? If that was true, how would he be able to decide whether our conclusions are correct? Well, to be fair, the rules were rather vague anyway, weren't they? He just told us that we can only leave this place when we cooperate and try to come as close to the truth as possible. Not that we would have to actually reach it. And that lines up with what Valerie said before. He's probably listening in on us. As long as he believes that we are discussing what we know about Amelia, that might be enough. The question is, how much does he know? How truthful do we need to be for him to buy it?
I wasn't there when Noel listed the rules, but if that's what he said, good point.
Ah, okay, so the speaker only went out into the hallway. She wasn't able to hear it all the way in the bathroom. Interesting.
But in all honesty, if he had phrased it differently, it wouldn't really mean much. In the end, it shouldn't even matter to him whether we have any way to win or not. As long as we believe that we'll get out of here by sharing everything we know about Amelia, and as long as that belief motivates us to actually do so, that's good enough for him, isn't it? He could simply wait for us to tell him whatever he wants to hear, and then kill us anyway.
Yeah, that is a good point. Good question. Is he gonna let us out once he gets the secret, or are we just disposable? Nobody says anything for a while. It's true, isn't it?
So, when we ignore what we can't possibly know, whether talking about Amelia will help us in regaining our freedom, it leaves us with what we do know. That it will give that sicko information on her. Information that will help him with whatever he's scheming.
Are you sure that isn't a bit Are you sure that isn't a bit of a premature conclusion to reach? I understand where you are coming from, I truly do, but it's nothing more than a theory, is it? Is that really worth risking our lives for?
Heh, good question. I don't know. I just really don't know.
And isn't it strange? If Null really organized all of this to gather information on Amelia, why are you the only person on our team who knows anything about her? Why are Adrian and I here? Yeah, about that. Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, to be honest, I'm still unsure about Evelyn's role in all this. Oliver at least serves as an intermediary between the QT and us, but she's just here.
Right, that is weird.
After Valerie spent several minutes to confidently proclaim the conclusion she had reached, this was all it took to throw her for a loop. In truth, she just really didn't want to talk about Amelia, huh? Anyway, there's something else I've been wondering about. Also, like, why would anyone want to collect info on her anyway? I mean, not like I would know, but is she really that interesting of a person? I mean, not like I would know anything about Amelia or anything, but like, did she hide some dark secret that was like part of some evil underground organization? Underground organization, probably. I mean, look where we are. Seriously, is there something I'm missing here? I mean, she said some strange things, but she said some strange things, but I can't think of anything that would make someone want to abduct her and organize all this, just to get more info on her. Then again, I guess I never did know all that much about her to begin with. I didn't? We never really opened up to one another, did we? At this point, I'm beginning to question whether I even know any of the things that Null is apparently hoping to get out of us. That is also true. This seems like a rather large undertaking if the singular goal of it was to gather information on one specific individual. Not to mention that I doubt a single person could have organized all of this. Kidnapping a large group of people, bringing them all here, and the budget that must have been necessary to prepare this location. Null must either be exceedingly wealthy or part of some larger establishment.
You still think that, huh? I guess you really don't know, huh?
What do you mean? Valerie smirks slightly, clearly amused by our ignorance. Oh, do you know even more, Valerie? You know, maybe we should be suspicious of you. You know, you seem to have all these theories. You also know Amelia, and apparently you're the only one here that knows Amelia. My fucking idiot guy. But maybe we should be suspicious of you. Your intents,
Well, I agree when it comes to getting us here in the first place. Can't imagine he did that all by himself. Definitely had some kind of help. But aside from that, I'm pretty sure he didn't have to spend all that much money on setting this up. I guess he did buy us some food. How nice of him. But that's it. It's not like he had this place built from scratch, if that's what you think.
Do you know anything about this location, perhaps? Right. She did at least react to seeing the letters on the wall. Was acting as if we should have known what ATA stands for. I mean, it stands for Answer Team A, or at the acapella.
Heh. I guess there's no reason not to tell you. It doesn't have anything to do with Amelia and, well, Null definitely knows all about all this himself. Just so you know, most of this is just rumors and shit from the net. Please keep that in mind.
Oh, okay. It's just, it's not even true. She clears her throat in a theatrical manner.
Back in 2071.
Oh, shit. Back in 2071? Okay, so we're getting a little information. Wherever we are past 2071. Interesting.
A few years after the first zones were established, Neuralink apparently planned to conduct some sort of experiment regarding the NIL problem from back then.
NIL. Not in literature.
So the goal...
Sorry, what was that again? I think I heard about it before, but can't really check my log right now. She sighs in response.
Alright, it's not like I'm an expert on any of this, but this is the gist of it. You want to know how nanologs store conversations for surveillance purposes? You know how nanologs store conversations for surveillance purposes, right?
Yeah, that is so weird.
Well, they originally got access to much more than just that. They also received data on thoughts and emotions of Neuralink users.
Oh my god, we have the thought police? No.
It was just a rough, abstract idea of how people in an area were feeling. But the plan was for the police to check on any emerging abnormalities before crime even occurred.
It's the thought police! Oh god, what was the movie? Minority Report. That's what it is.
Great idea, right? I mean, can you even think of any problems that might cause?
A bunch, really.
So,
what exactly is that NIL thing now?
Yeah, I'm getting to that. It stands for Neuralink Info Leak.
Ah, interesting.
The details on it are vague, since the corps obviously want to cover stuff like this up as well as they can, but...
God, I cannot read! Aye.
Those thoughts and emotions, directly transmitted from the Neuralink to nearby nanologs, were apparently leaked to other Neuralink users as well, unnoticed for a shockingly long time.
So what, people were like getting other people's thoughts and not knowing where they came from, were thinking that they were the ones thinking it themselves?
Well, you can imagine what that would lead to, I hope. People en masse suddenly had subconscious thoughts and ideals, felt things that they shouldn't have, that didn't belong to them. So, when more and more people struggled with strange, intrusive thoughts, Neuralink had to do something eventually, and long story short, that's why today's models no longer store our thoughts. Yeah.
I see. Maybe. Kinda? Probably?
So, I suppose the details don't matter all that much. Please continue. Oh no, go on! We got a Neuralink expert in the house. Let's hear what she has to say. Alright, if you insist. I just wanted to add that the current models are still able to store and transfer the same types of data as the original ones. After all, they still need brain access for large portions of their functionality. It is, however, true that they no longer do so, of course. I just wanted to make clear that it was a software update, not a change in the actual hardware capabilities. But like I said, it does not really make a difference for your explanation. I apologize for interrupting you.
But does that mean that the rest of what she said was true? The whole thing about NIL? I do not think that I'm in any position to give a definitive answer to that as a mere assistant. I can only confirm the changes that were made to the software over the last decades. Those did happen. Why exactly that is the case, I don't know with certainty. I see.
Great. So, if that's all cleared up, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the stuff that actually matters, Kay? So, since solving that whole NIL mess was a pretty huge deal for Neuralink, they naturally pumped tons of money into all kinds of experiments, which eventually resulted in them building a big-ass underground test site deep below some old pre-zoned city.
Ah, so this is underground. Maybe.
So, this place.
So this place, that was me.
Way to go, Mr. Detective.
Thank you. I pride myself on figuring out all these clues and hunches and things. Now, take that praise. I suppose it makes sense that this location was not constructed specifically for this game. After all, the selections of room we were left with seems rather strange given our situation. Yeah, right. Kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. Sure, nice to have, but not like some evil mastermind would have needed to bother. On top of that, I assume our stay is intended to last for a rather short duration overall. This is, unless Null is expecting Oliver and Nathan to sleep within 90-minute intervals. Yeah, see, exactly. How long are the 90-minute intervals supposed to take? Well, I mean, okay, stupid question. They're 90 minutes. How many 90-minute intervals are we meant to have? Because I assume not that many, unless he wants us to do it like over and over and over and over and over again. Eventually, they're going to stop, and it's going to be like, all right, we're done for the day. Good job, everyone. Really appreciate the effort you're all putting in. Right.
I'm glad the two of you are starting to put stuff together. Yeah, the original experiment that Neuralink planned was a slightly more long-term one. The participants were supposed to stay here for weeks.
Supposed to?
Well, funny story. The actual experiment never took place.
Yeah, of course. They spent all that money, built this giant underground base complex, whatever, and they never used it. Oh my god, of course it'd be something like that.
Shortly after the participants had been gathered, some person went and killed all of the scientists at the scene, hijacking the whole thing in the process, and turning it into a game of their own. The Truth Game, as it was called by the mastermind.
Oh! So is this the crazy guy?
No!
Wait. What the fuck? Are you telling me all this happened before? 46 years ago? Aha! Okay, so 46 years ago, 2071, so that would be, math, 7, 1, 46, 47, got it, 7, it was 20, why can't my brain do math, God, 7, 11, so that's 2101 plus 6 would make 2107. So that's the year, 2107 or something around that number. I sit there, dumbfounded, and so does Evelyn, before speaking up. Is that true? Is that true? We aren't just making this up? You aren't just making this up?
I'm not making this up. That doesn't make it true, though. I mean, didn't I tell you? It's all just a bunch of rumors from the net. There's barely any actual evidence for it.
Well, what about all this then, huh?
It's an absurd legend, a conspiracy theory, depending on who you ask.
She's right. She said that. I need to calm down. This is all way too much for my little brain. Then, why did you even tell us about all of this? If it's just some story, what's the point?
Are you serious? Think about it. Whether the story's true or not, it raises tons of questions. If the original Truth game really happened, then this is the one connected to it. Why is it happening again, 46 years later? If it didn't, then why is the dude that kidnapped us basing this whole thing on some story from the net? He is obviously hoping for someone to recognize it and draw some kind of parallels, right? And either way, I guess we can at least confirm that the test site from those rumors actually exists. Unless you seriously still believe that was all just constructed just for this, based on the stories as well.
God, I can't read, man. No, you're right. That seems even more absurd. And it explains what Oliver meant when he said that this whole place looks like shit. I guess we can't really tell how old this place looks with AR covering it all. Regarding the rest, could just be a lack of creativity? Reusing the concept of some story he read before? I mean, it's not like Noel can really be the same person from back then, right? Well, I mean, that depends. How old was he back then? How old is he now? 46 years? A man can still be alive. Maybe he just read about it and thought it might be a good setting for his plan. Don't know.
Then, how did that original Truth game turn out, according to the stories at least? Well, pretty much everyone died.
Ah, yes. That's good. I don't even know why this comes as a surprise to me. I don't think it does, but the confirmation still makes me dizzy. That's exactly why Valerie didn't want to talk about it after all. She doesn't believe in this game being, well, a game at all. Also, the music just disappeared, and now there's a buzzing noise. It's unnerving. One that we could possibly win. One from which we can return alive, as long as we played along. And if we'll die either way, why share our deepest secret with some insane dude who wants to use them for who knows what? Maybe this is finally my time to shine. Maybe just sitting around with my mouth shut is the perfect course of action. Then again, how can we be sure that this will end the same way? Who knows whether this Noel truly plans to kill us? Either way.
Anyways,
she stands up, raising her voice to get our attention, or just mine.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't play along with this game or whatever. I don't want to be responsible for your deaths, alright? Do whatever you want. But before we get some further confirmation that Oliver can be trusted and that Amelia is really here, shouldn't we at least try to find some other way out?
Well, I mean, again, there's a third door out there.
That does sound reasonable. However, I can't imagine that we will manage to find an exit quite so easily. The doors and walls seem rather sturdy, and we are deep underground on top of that. Exactly! They seem sturdy! But with everything being AR, how are you gonna know how well that holds up if you don't go around and punch stuff?
Oh, so now, well, time to get out the old trusty hammer and just go tap, 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 tap along everything.
Punch stuff?
Valerie leaves for the kitchen. Evelyn and I exchange looks between confusion and worry. After a while, she returns with a set of pans, pots, and kitchen knives, dropping them on the floor in front of her.
So, you already looked around this room, right? Find anything?
Not really. I only recognize that the books and other pieces of decoration are fake. What? The books are fake? The guitar is fake? God damn it, I wanted to read.
Very helpful. How about you?
I look through the desk. It's empty. Oh, and the file cabinet doesn't open.
Is that so, huh?
She walks up to it and pulls at one of the drawers. Hard. Nothing happens. Unlike me, she doesn't give up quite so easily, though. Picking up one of the knives she brought over, attempting to pry the drawer open with it. Once the knife starts to bend, she throws it to the ground, kicking the cabinet in frustration.
Fucking hell, you're right! Huh. Might it be fake as well? Like those books that I wasn't able to open? Yeah, I guess so. However, whatever. What are you two still sitting around for? Start hitting stuff. Tell me if you find anything.
This feels like the third Valerie I've met today. I wonder which is closest to the way she feels. Anyway, both Evelyn and I do as we're told by our new commander and walk around, punching stuff. Yeah. With them already taking care of the living room, I enter the kitchen, hitting the walls as hard as I can. No matter how much force I put behind my swings, nothing changes. The walls might be scratched, but the AR keeps covering it up all the same. And watch the plants as they cheerfully sway back and forth, ignoring the knife that just phased through them, just like I knew they would. None of this is real to begin with. I stop to catch my breath, while the others keep relentlessly hammering. I wonder what the guy's thinking of right now. Is he like, interesting, they're trying to find weaknesses in the old complex, very smart. Or is he like, the fuck are they doing? Why are they just wrecking everything? Guys, I put so much effort into this, please stop. With all this noise filling the air, it almost feels like the other team should hear us. Somewhere behind this wall, Amelia is supposedly waiting. What is she doing right now? Searching for an exit, just like us? Or happily discussing everything she remembers with Oliver and Nathan? And how much does she remember anyway? How does it feel to not even know who you are? Not even recognizing your own reflection in the mirror sounds frightening. Worse than anything we're going through right now. Worse than anything I ever went through. I don't have any right to complain. Will I ever be able to truly hate her for what she did? Should I? Did she even do anything wrong in the first place? Well, I don't know, man. Did she? You know her. Apparently. Not really. I don't know anymore. If she was really to blame for anything, then why have I kept it to myself all this time? No, it's all my fault. It's all my own fault. I'm sorry for being this way. I gather all my remaining strength and direct another burst of hits at the wall, hoping to send kind of message her way, whatever that might accomplish. Nothing, obviously. Not like she could actually hear me. Not like there's any point in doing this, but then again, the entire plan is completely pointless to begin with. What the heck are we doing? What do you mean? We're trying something at least. Rather than just sitting around doing nothing or just talking. You want to go back to that? You want to go back to small talk, Adrian? Pick up that pan and start whacking. I take another look through the kitchen, but apart from the remaining ingredients, I don't feel like there's anything in here. If there was, Evelyn would have surely noticed. Ooh, the bedroom. And speaking of, or thinking of her, she's exactly who I encounter as I enter the bedroom. Oh, are you done with the kitchen? Did you find anything? No, not really. You? No, I can't say I have. Is there really any point to this? What did you mean to say? Is there really any point to this? Oh my god, thank you! He finally said what he was thinking! Oh my god! Finally! Ah, yes! In all honesty, I'm not sure. But it's worth a try, wouldn't you agree? I shrug and enter the bathroom. I'm not particularly surprised to find Valerie in here, but I did notice that the first thing I'd see would be her. I did not expect that the first thing I'd see would be her punching the mirror with her bare hands. Are you okay?
Yeah, sure, I'm great. Best day of my fucking life.
I meant your hand.
Sure, not a scratch. Same for the mirror. I guess it wasn't real either. Fucking hell.
Oh, wait, even the mirror's not real? And yet it's still able to project what it sees? Interesting. Not that she's known for her gray mood, but she seems even more pissed off than usual.
Sometimes I wish I could just reach straight through my skull and rip that damn thing out of there. Right now, for example. Isn't it insane that this dude can simply force us to see these images? Things that aren't even real, that we can't do anything about. We could be standing right in front of a door with a big fucking exit sign above and wouldn't know.
Yeah, I guess. That's just what you signed up for when getting one.
Not like I had a choice. I loathed this thing all the time.
Really?
But whether I like it or not doesn't matter. I'll never get rid of it, no matter how badly I want to. If I could, I would have gotten it removed long ago.
Yeah, see, there we go again. Once you get the Neuralink installed, it seems as though it becomes a permanent fixture. There's no getting rid of it, which does not seem all that good, really. Everything else about it, though, seems amazing, you know? The AR stuff, the log thing, all that is cool. Not being able to get rid of it, kind of a bad thing, you know? Yeah, sure would be great if that was possible. I sometimes feel the same way, like things would be easier without Neuralink.
I mean, it is, just not, like, legally.
Wait, what? It's illegal to get rid of a Neuralink? That's the problem? Oh my god. They made it a law? What kind of dystopian future is this? Well, what? That's the first I've heard of it.
Well, that's the kind of shit you'll find on the dark net. Not safe at all. Can absolutely get you some real bad brain damage, but it's not as impossible as the courts want you to believe.
Are you sure that's not some kind of scam? Won't they just try to take your organs or something?
Good point, I guess. Not like I've ever met anyone who had theirs removed. Could be worth a try, though.
You're insane. You sure spent a lot of time in some dark corners of the net, huh? First the whole story about the truth game, and now this.
Yeah, I guess so.
She stays silent for a while before stepping towards the door.
Well, this was a waste of time.
She leaves the room, quietly muttering something to herself. I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. We got new information. We're definitely sure. Well, I mean, no, not really. It could just be not there. Oh my god, this stuff is hurting my brain.